Well,
Now that we're good and baked,
now that we're good and baked,
I think we can do the thing we call the show.
yeah, I agree with you, Johnny. I just gotta.
I was just trying to be you for a minute while you were coughing.
Yeah, you're doing great. I gotta set it up though, because
Yeah.
this is show number 2 in one evening. It's only been done a couple times in the history of the Dutch Hall.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I figured you would have done it a lot more often.
Oh no, I'm sorry about the coughing, but no, it's we did it one night because we were having such a good time, and then one guy passed out who did like most of the talking for the first show.
Oh, okay.
And then we all said, "Hey, you want to do another one?" Because that guy's like not gonna let us talk
railroad
now.
it yet.
Yeah. That was like the only time I can remember doing 2 shows in one night.
Wow.
Usually we would just do one long show
Yeah.
and then just put it out, you know. But doing 2 shows in one night with a whole format and the whole thing, like with written bits and like
Oh, yeah.
the whole thing. Well, we're gonna put on like an hour of entertainment
Yeah.
for our audience tonight. That no one's gonna know that this is the second one in one night.
If they don't hear us talking about it right now.
No, if we weren't giving it away, luckily the show hasn't started yet, so they would never know this
This is true.
because they haven't heard
That thing.
sweet thing that we do called the theme song. Especially with that, because we can hear the...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Hey.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing your host for the evening. He's the 2-time President's Club Award winner, the one, the only, Pete Van Dyke.
Hey, thank you, everybody. The applause is unnecessary today. I'll
Did you
tell
like
you.
my wrestler intro there?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah, it's 4:52. Maybe we are off a step because Johnny gave me a joint and I got all fucked up.
Yeah.
I think, but we're happy to have you in the pool shed for the second week. You're gonna like this show. I'll tell you, my co-host tonight is not gonna like the show. It's designed for him not to like. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Johnny Renton, everybody. Johnny Renton. Hoorah!
Hoorah! Normally there'd be a fart noise there.
Listen to this.
Sounds like someone popped a balloon in the audience.
Oh, booing.
Yeah,
I hate you, Johnny.
that's fine. I hate her too.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you remember, for like 3 weeks in a row, maybe even 4,
Yep.
on our wheel was Forced Impressions.
Yeah.
Forced Impressions. Last week wasn't on the wheel
Mm-hmm.
because this week the whole wheel is Forced Impressions, Johnny. The whole wheel. Forced
Why?
Impressions.
Why, Pete?
Because Forced Impressions are I noticed your reluctance to do them.
Yeah.
You're not good at them. Right?
No.
Not good at impressions, not good at accents,
Nope.
not good at
They get very
imitating
racist.
people.
No.
Yeah, it's so the fact that you're so uncomfortable with it, I am going to try as well.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, and you're good at them
How do you
though.
know?
I've heard you do them.
Impressions?
Yeah.
Well, then you can bow out, but you got to be able to do something. I bet you got some impressions in you don't even know.
Probably not, but we'll see what happens.
So we put them in different categories to test how bad you are. So there's accents, athletes. That one, there's a short list of athletes that people can impersonate.
I don't know any of their voices.
Mike Tyson?
Not really.
It's just a lisp.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll walk you through it.
All right.
And then people we know.
Okay.
And same thing. Oh, I can walk you through people we know.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
You know, you want to do Story time has nothing to do with that. That's a break. That's a free square for you. Joke book, free square for you, right?
Thank God.
Famous people is really kind of an open thing. It's famous, it's just like someone that people would know.
Okay.
Wrestler, famous wrestlers. Wrestlers are kind of easy impressions, You just have to say brother a lot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And then, so that's it. That's it, Johnny. And I want you to overcome your fears.
My fears.
of your fear of impressions, maybe this is going to be an opening. It's going to open up something that you just didn't give yourself enough credit for. And now you're going to be happy, now you're going to finally realize that you're like the new Rich Little of Canada. So I know what your answer is going to be. Do you want to spin the wheel? You're going to say, hell no, you don't want to spin this wheel.
No, I don't want to spin this wheel. What else can we talk about?
We want to talk about other things.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably talk about our sponsor, CleanFlow.
Yes, we should definitely talk about our sponsor, CleanFlow.
Because none of this happens without them. That's CleanFlow. That's KLENFLO. Go to cleanflow.com and check out their great products. And Patreon. You can go to our patreon.com/Dutch Hall.
Yeah.
And join our Dutch Hall Royal family. And Queen Jen Husko. She's the best.
Yeah.
And so do that. And you can be like her, and we'll give you exclusive content, which there actually is exclusive content on there. I put something up there once in a while, and there's stuff you can't see anywhere else. You can see the time I said something extremely inappropriate that Kevin thought would get him fired. I put that up on there on Patreon so that he wouldn't get fired.
Yeah. Unless his boss is subscribed to Patreon.
Yeah, if his boss subscribes, gives me at least $5 a month or whatever, then they can see what he's up to, or whatever. But I'm the one that said the bad thing, not him. I don't know what he's all
worried about.
Yeah. I didn't even really say anything bad. I cleaned it up, I thought. Do you know what it was?
I don't know, actually. No, you'll have to show me after the show.
Joe and Brett one.
Oh, yes, you did tell me about that. Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad.
No.
That was a natural reaction. Some guy patting my naked bum.
Yep. Okay, maybe you did not tell me. No, maybe.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it after. Apparently, Kev was afraid he was going to get fired. But my other buddy thought he was going to get fired from the hot tub video, which is just hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's no reason to get fired for that bullshit.
I don't feel like they can fire you for things you don't do on company time.
You think, right?
Yeah.
It's your own fucking thing.
Yeah.
That one guy said fucker right in the pussy in like on a TV show, like on the news,
Yeah.
News lady's doing like a serious story, and then
some dick just comes up and just fuck her in the pussy.
Fuck her right in the pussy, and then they have to like cut away or whatever. I love when people do that, man. It's like my favorite thing in the world when they say fuck her right in the pussy on air and stuff. When people swear on live TV, and they're not supposed to. I mean, all those things are like my favorites.
Yeah.
When shit goes wrong, like even when I go to a rock concert, I like to see when the string breaks.
Oh yeah, just seeing that. Yeah, and then they do a guitar switch and try to make it look like it was on purpose.
Yeah. Like I like watching that. Like, how do they do it on the fly? How do they keep playing whilst things are going wrong? Like, those are the things that you remember. Yep. Because they're the things that were just
for you, basically.
Just that unique experience.
Yeah.
That you got to see.
Yeah. Everything you can't share it.
Everything goes well in every show. Then
listen to a fucking album at that point.
Exactly. Right. That's what I think. Yeah, you just listen to the fucking album.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a live show, it should be something that's gonna be like
special,
once in a lifetime thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So the fuck ups,
kind of like the Flamingo.
Yeah.
It's a once in a lifetime show every time.
Yeah. I often think about comedy. Like, I like comedy a lot. Like, I love stand up comedy, but like, if you were to like just change a thing or two. It might get a more mass appeal. Yeah. But if you change too much, then you're not doing stand up. And people are like, you're fucking with the art form, Maybe you do less. Yeah. But I don't know. It's like, I kind of like the spectacle of like a rock show stand-up thing, but I don't like arena shows, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I like the crowd interaction, like the crowd being involved with the show. I like that.
Being that interested in.
Yeah, like where it's fun and like where you are to kind of like getting to know the audience.
Mhm.
That's like that's what makes it special, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know what I was talking about.
I don't either. I'm very high right now.
All right. I had to give a little nicotine jolt.
Nicotine jolt.
Just to set in Johnny's moon rocket that he gave me before the show. And so now I feel prepared to spin the wheel of impressions.
Oh my God. No. Free space. Oh, no.
Oh, we start off with wrestler.
Oh, cool. This one's easy.
Wrestler is the easiest one. It's a starter impression, Johnny.
Yeah.
Now, I would say for wrestlers, the most recognizable voice has to be the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and so he. But I don't know if he's the easiest to him.
No, he's not. I've tried.
You tried? You can't do just an oh yeah, like an oh yeah, like that.
Oh yeah, like I just sound like
Not
the
bad.
Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah, it's not bad though.
Yeah.
It's you got to growl in your.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. I got to listen to these in the headphones because it's like cup of coffee in the big leagues. Cup of coffee in the big leagues. Yeah, I used to play professional baseball.
Like that's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, let's do another wrestler.
I can do the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, the Undertaker. What's he say?
Nothing.
Oh yeah.
That's why I can do it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good.
Yeah.
Can you do Paul Bearer? Oh, Undertaker.
No. Ooh.
Yeah, that's not bad. You kind of get the Paul Bearer look. Oh, Undertaker. Oh. He just looked spooky behind him the whole
Yeah.
time. That was funny.
Carrying an urn.
Yeah. Who else? Iron Sheik?
The
Hulk
Sheiky
Hogan.
baby.
Yeah. Yeah, Sheiky baby.
Yeah.
Sheiky baby. I like Iron Sheik when people started liking the Iron Sheik, like when Iron Sheik was old, and then like people respected that, like the balls it took to be that bad guy for that long.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was like,
Just hated by the entire country you live in.
yeah, I'm gonna give you pretty good points for the wrestler one so far. Like, you did the Undertaker perfectly.
Yep.
And you did the oh yeah pretty good.
All right.
It is a bit of Kool-Aid Man, but if you go like, what if you said step into a no, I can't even do that one. Step into a Slim Jim. That's really hard. If you go not happening. No. Wait, what's another thing he says all the way? Freak out. Freak out. Yeah, not bad. You're kind of sound like Kermit the Frog a bit. All right, let's keep it going. We got to get this skin moving because I want to see what Johnny can do. Accents. Egu. Accents is fun because it's unlimited. I did this game.
Oui.
I did this game with my niece.
Yeah.
And everything turned into like Apu from The Simpsons. Like it would start out being
Thank you, come again.
yeah, but it would always end thank you, come again. Like so he'd go, it would be like do Jamaican. She's like, yeah man, come to Jamaica man, thank you, come again. You know, it would always end like that.
Yeah.
So like anyways, we will start with some white accents so that we don't get in any trouble right off the hop. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to give you like the UK, Johnny. Like you just have to do like top of the morning to your governor or something.
Top of the morning to you, governor.
Oh, not bad. You sound like Dan Brennan a bit.
No, that's what I was channeling.
Yeah. I don't think that people in the UK would recognize the accent at all.
No.
But it does sound like you came from wherever Dan Brennan came from.
Yeah.
Which isn't too bad. Yeah, like can I like I don't know if the British accent is like man, like a cheerio, mate.
Cheerio,
like,
mate.
go to get on the two. I can't even fucking do it. I don't even know what they say. So like,
it sounded like Paul Rudd doing Ringo.
yeah. Oh,
Get
I
on the
get
toot.
that's British, right? Like
Yeah.
I could just do like my Beatles, right?
Yeah.
So you just have to be like, ooh, Ringo, peace and love, peace and love,
Peace and love.
yeah, peace and love, peace and love. Ringo's all on the nose, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ringo. So you already you did musicians already. So now we got to do Australian because so like how this
Crikey, mate. Put some shrimps on the barbie.
yeah, did they never do you think they say prawns, eh?
I don't know. I've always heard shrimps on the barbie.
Yeah, I know. It's what they use to sell Australia to the Americans. That saying, like, we'll put a shrimp on the barbie for you. But really, if you're in Australia and then you wanted shrimp, you'd ask for prawns. They don't
That's
call them shrimp at all.
That's hilarious.
Americans call them shrimp.
Yeah, that's hilarious, though.
Yeah. Anyway,
Their way to fool Americans into going there and not being able to get shrimp.
yeah. And now get you googly and you moogly. That's what it's. They all have like kooky, nicknames for things.
Yeah.
You know? They're like English words, but they put like an E at the end to make it sound cute.
Yeah.
Like I think even like a condom's got like a little like a domey, yeah, like or something like that. I don't know. I think I will go with Australia one day.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something. I'm either gonna like fall in love with that place and never leave,
Or hate it.
or I will hate it with all my heart because of all the like dangerous things that'll kill you.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. There's something about it, and I also think New Zealand would be wicked. Because New Zealand's like us, eh?
Yeah. They'd probably be the closest thing to us in the world. Do they speak English there? Or?
Yeah, they're just like us.
Oh.
But they're also just like us because like when you meet them like overseas, if you travel, they're always mistaken for Australians because their accent sounds kind of like Australian. But they don't. They're like more quiet and understated than the Australians.
Yep.
And the Australians are loud and like raucous and they're like boisterous people.
Yep.
So they that's just like us and the Americans, right? Like so the Canadians and the Kiwis were always like kind of got each other because we're like everyone was thinking we were American.
Oh, okay.
And we were like, no, we're not American. We're not like them.
Yeah.
And then they were always like, they're mistaken for being Australian. They're like, no, we're not Australian.
Yeah. Two completely different things.
Yeah. Yeah. And the like Irish didn't want to be called English, like that sort of thing, like it means something. But yeah, they seem like the most like us because they're kind of like remote and small and
kind of do their own thing.
They're kind of reasonable.
Yeah.
I think they're probably easier to manage than Canada is.
Oh, probably.
Because they're not as big. Canada's so big. It makes us like inefficient at everything.
Yeah.
We fucking suck, man. Okay. Okay, let's do...
What's the time at?
Oh, probably like 0 minutes.
I'm hoping it's way longer than that.
No, let me just check because you're definitely wrong. Look, not like 20 minutes.
Yeah, okay, it's not bad.
It's not that bad.
No, I've made it through some of this pain.
Yeah, you made it through some of the pain. We're gonna go into the joke book eventually, and then you'll be completely out of the shit. Accents again. So we have to do one more accent. We're gonna go with we'll go. Like a Caribbean accent, any sort of Caribbean accent. Doesn't have to be Jamaican. It could be like a Bayesian. Could be like could be Bermudan, whatever you want. Maybe Bohemian.
All right, you give me an example first.
Okay, it'd be like me go up and get you a coconut, man.
Me go up and get you a coconut, man.
Like perfect. What go on, Billy?
What go on, Billy?
Yeah. Now you're talking. That's actually real Jamaican. What go on?
Yeah.
Watermelon ready, Billy. That was something we taught my nephew to say when he was young.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he thought that was how Jamaican guys talked. Like he thought he was like speaking their language.
Oh,
Because they speak kind of patois, so it's hard to understand because it's so fast and it's like a different kind of dialect,
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, "What are they speaking?" And then we were like, "Oh, it's like all patois." And then you're like, "Can you teach me some?" And we're like, "Yeah,
yes.
here, tell watermelon ready, Billy." Which, because one of the farmers we knew that grew watermelon had Jamaican guys that worked on his farm, and then he heard one of the guys say one of the guys saying it,
Mm-hmm.
and then that became the saying, and that is like it's not a Jamaican saying.
No,
Like it has nothing to do with anything other than
one guy.
time we heard it and it kind of sounded funny, and we just kept repeating it.
Yeah.
And then we ended up teaching it to my nephew. You know what I mean? Like it was just like one of those things that is only. It just like it's probably been 15 years of watermelon ready, Billy. Like that's what I'm talking about.
That's crazy.
A lot of it. It's just a stupid thing that sticks in your head for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You ever do that?
What?
You ever have a saying with your buddies that's just a saying with you and your buddies,
Yeah.
and then like it makes no sense to anyone else?
No. Yeah.
Well, you give me an example.
A lot of it's just like movie quotes and stuff.
Yeah, but then you say it and people know.
Sometimes, yeah.
Like my friend.
Like the one was from the Disaster Artist.
Oh yeah.
And it was like I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mock.
Yeah. And
We would do that all the time.
we're like, what are you doing? People
Yeah.
are like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Who didn't you hit?
Yeah. We did Silence of the Lambs a lot for a period of my
Oh,
life.
really?
Oh yeah. Just like
Just tucking your cock between your legs and dancing around.
would you fuck me?
Yeah.
Alright, fuck me. Right. It puts the lotion on skin. Or it gets the hose again. Put the lotion in the fucking hose. Put the lotion in the fucking hose. Is she a big fat boy? Is she a big fat lady? Remember that? The Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
Is she a big fat lady?
Oh, God.
I know, that's terrible. And also, one time I remember we also did the scene in Silence of the Lambs where the Clarice is walking down to see Hannibal Lecter in jail.
And she gets jizzed on.
Yeah, and that guy throws a jizz at her. We were cleaning pumpkins when we were in our residence in university, and it was like Halloween time. We're like carving pumpkins.
Yep.
And every time you took the pumpkin guts, and then we would go like against the wall, the brick wall.
Yeah.
And it was just recreating the scene from that movie where he threw the jizz at her, and we did it and laughed. We would just like throw pumpkin, like pretend,
Yeah.
like throw jizz, and then but it was like, and it would stick to the wall, and we'd giggle. It was hilarious. That's the thing. Like that movie to me is a comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Like
There's so many parts in it that you just have to laugh at.
yeah, like it's twisted and bad, but I can't see it as not a comedy because I've taken it out of context and imitated it with my friends so
Yeah,
much
exactly.
that it's just so funny, like what did he say to you then? He said, I want to smell your cunt. Do you remember that? Do you remember that part of the movie?
I think so.
Where like Hannibal Lecter says to Clarice, he's like, what did that man say to you back there? What did he say? And then that was the guy that threw the jizz at her.
Yeah.
I think. And he said, I can smell your cunt. He says it with no like emotion at all.
She's not even offended by it.
A matter of fact, just a matter of fact.
Yeah.
He was quoted as saying, I can smell your cunt.
And then threw jizz at me.
And then what was it he threw at you, Clarice? He threw his
Ejaculate?
yeah, his wad of splooge at me. Yes, splooge. Was there splooge on your farm, Clarice? Did they splooge into the sheep as it was slaughtered? Whatever. What was the thing with the lambs, anyways?
I don't know. That they were silent when you killed them or something? Or they were silent after you killed them?
When you splooged. Hilarious. I also like everyone does I ate his kidneys with a nice Chianti and some fava beans.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was a fun one, but overplayed. Not deep cut enough as, was she a big fat lady? When they ask if she's looking for, they're looking for this girl.
Yeah.
And then she's in a hole in his backyard. And he keeps starving her. So that her skin will get loose enough for him to skin her and make a skin suit.
Oh,
that's the whole his whole plan. Buffalo Bob's or Buffalo Bills, and then
Buffalo Bob.
What is it? Is it Buffalo?
It's Buffalo Bill, but
it's Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, but Buffalo Bob, I think, is like old cartoon, like children's.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard it before. Like it's like an old children's show or something. It was like Buffalo Bob and something. I think it was from like when my grandma was a kid. Just like this weird cowboy dude who looked like Buffalo Bill.
Oh, yeah. That is unfortunate that those two get mixed up in my head.
Yeah.
Because that poor guy has nothing he probably never tucked his dick between his legs and danced a soft cell before.
I mean, if he did, we wouldn't judge him.
Boy, I know that movie well.
Yeah.
I don't even know when the last time I seen it was, but I do remember the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Goodfellas too. Goodfellas makes me laugh.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. Mm-hmm. Like Joe Pesci's hilarious in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's not supposed to be funny. Like it's not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be laughing when Joe Pesci's killing a guy.
Yeah,
but it's pretty funny sometimes.
Exactly.
I don't understand why, but it's true. Like sometimes those real heavy movies are pretty funny. They say terrible things too in movies. That's what it is.
I think that's part of why we just find them outrageous and funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I love watching. I've been watching on my Roku channel lately. 80s. I've been stopping on the 80s movies.
Yep.
And holy fuck, man, the 80s was a different time.
Yeah.
Like none of that shit gets made today. Like none of it. They say terrible shit in it, and it's like. You could tell it wasn't like controversial when they're saying it. That's just the way it was accepted as people thought and stuff. And it's like, holy shit, we've come a long way. It's crazy though.
Yeah.
Especially the way they treat women. Like it's some of the movies are just like they objectify women so over the top.
Yeah.
And to the point where like they offer nothing redeeming other than being like hot.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no character that is anything but tits and ass, you know? And I love those movies because they're crazy, they're crazy, right? Like, and also that's one of my first stuff that would get my dick hard when I was a kid.
Exactly. Yeah. It's nostalgic for you.
Yeah. You watch somewhere where you see your first nipples, like a Porky's movie or something like that.
Yeah.
You watch Porky's?
I did when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first movie like that I watched, I think, was like the third American Pie or something. Or it might have been the first one even, but it was those.
Did they all have nudity?
Every single one of them.
Really had nudity?
Yeah. One of them is called The Naked Mile.
Oh, really?
As you can guess, it is mostly nudity.
In American Pie, the American Pie series, there's one called The Naked Mile.
Yeah, there's a lot of them actually.
I remember watching the first one in the theater, and when I said in the part where Shannon Elizabeth is like gonna get with Jason Biggs or whatever, but I think he blows it in his pants or something
like that. Yeah.
I said if they show her tits, this is the greatest movie ever. That's what I said. And then they did, and then I exclaimed, "This is the greatest movie ever!" in the theater.
Exactly, yeah.
American Pie. I thought this is fantastic. Like hot chick showing her tits, and it's like just a bunch of like people like trying to fuck, and I'm like, this is exactly right up my alley. What
exactly,
kind of movies I like. It's just like,
that's why I can't believe you didn't know there was a Naked Mile.
yeah, I don't know.
I think it was like the 4th or 5th one.
Give me any movie where there's like a group of guys trying to lose their virginity before something.
Yeah.
Or even if it's a group of girls trying to lose their virginity before they go to college or whatever. I'm watching the shit out of that.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. I like a good try to get laid movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are
Because it's
awesome.
entertaining, right?
Yeah.
That's what I should write. A try to get laid movie. But I got to figure out who the main character would be. Like, who am I trying to get laid?
Joe.
Ooh.
Make it a challenge for you.
No. I'd go with Dan.
Oh.
Dan. Then I can do all the things I'm self-conscious about myself about.
Yeah.
I could write it into a Dan type character and then try to get Dan laid and get Dan laid.
Ooh.
But then Dan would have to accept the way I write Dan. And the way I write Dan is probably not the way Dan sees Dan.
No.
And so that would make it difficult.
Yes,
right?
it would. Yeah.
Because what if Dan, like I write Dan as, I would still think it would be hilarious to watch him get mad at me.
Yeah. And just record that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, I'll play the role myself.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just thought I was too handsome for it.
Play a Dan Brennan type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll lose the accent.
Yeah.
It'll be easier to, people will always try and figure out where this guy's from.
Yeah. It's like Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah. Yeah. It's consistent though, eh?
It is.
I always think one time I'm going to find Dan like just talking on the phone or something.
And just,
And he's going to have a different voice. Like he's going to have a regular voice.
yeah.
And then you're going to be like, I knew you were fucking faking that.
Yeah.
You know? It's the same with, I think some people think that about my voice too, eh? That
Really?
it's not, that I put it on.
Oh, that's weird.
Because it's a different voice,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I mean, it's distinct.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know that, but I know that, like, if people listen to my podcast and then I'm in public and then I'm just talking to somebody,
They know it's you.
they'll, like, recognize the voice and then try to find who's making that sound.
That sound, yeah.
Yeah. And then it's me. And which is, like, it is that people will that it's at least a recognizable voice. And you even said that about that mustache Wario guy at the.
Oh, Jesse.
Yeah, he said he heard my voice and recognized.
Yeah, recognized
the voice. You know?
and remembered that you were like extremely funny when he'd seen you at the Flamingo before too. So
Yeah, that guy's got great taste in comedy. I'll tell you that. Great taste in comedy. He should be commended. Yeah.
actually, he's going to be doing comedy.
Yeah.
At the Flamingo.
Oh yeah.
On the 21st.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, him and my other buddy Andrew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're both gonna. Robot guy.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah. They're both gonna try their first time.
Yeah, I get mixed up when you say Andrew because there's two Andrews.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
They're both gonna try it.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good time.
It's good when especially if they got a couple weeks to really think about it.
Well, yeah, I gave them like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like sometimes those sets surprise you because sometimes you're like, no comic that goes up has put this much work into a set.
Yeah, anymore, yeah.
And like
unless it's something they've already worked out.
Yeah, that's why a lot of times if person's doing their first set, it can be like a pretty good set, but it's not necessarily reflective of like them.
Yeah, it's just what they thought was gonna work as comedy kind of thing.
Yeah, and they usually announce it's their first set, or the host does.
Yep.
And then the crowd gives them a lot.
Yeah, it gives them extra love and stuff. And
yeah,
I always try to announce it after somebody's set.
Yeah.
Because then like if they did well,
yeah,
they're already impressed, and then they're like impressed when they hear that. Whereas if you say it off the top, then like you said, they're giving them extra, so you don't know if the person really did well or not.
Yeah, that's why I didn't tell the host of my first set.
See, I made the mistake of having because it was a Wednesday at Levity. I went up to Chris because he's like, "Hey, I'm bringing you on. What's your name again?"
Yeah.
And then I told him my name, and I'm like, "Oh," and he's like, "Is there anything you want me to say?" I was like, "Just maybe that it's my first set."
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, yeah, like, why not? Like, it is. And then he went up and did it. And I think I got the extra love because of that.
it's kind of bad data because it's a bit skewed, you know.
But I feel like
it's
sometimes
nice.
it is good. Like if you're nervous to go up, I think it
Yeah.
can be nice just to get that good feeling.
Yeah, just to get
And
your
then
feet
it
under you.
makes you, by the next set, then maybe you deliver them a little bit better, or
Exactly.
yeah, as long as you don't get cocky about it.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
I've
you're
seen
only going to
that
get
too.
that once. You'll be brought down to earth in your second set when you can't say the same thing for you.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, I didn't want anyone to know because I wanted to kind of see if my stuff would fit in with people who were doing it,
yeah,
you know. And then
yeah. In hindsight, I wish I would have done the same thing.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
I was happy I did it because I remember Doug Koenig asking me how long I've been doing it after I did mine.
yeah.
And then I was like, that was my first one. And he goes, really? And then he goes, that was pretty good, man. Like for a first one, for sure. And then, yeah, I can't believe that I'm still like a lot of the guys I started with are still doing it and doing it, like getting better.
Yeah, and doing it
moving
well.
forward, you
Yeah.
know. I'm really happy with that first group I started with
Yeah,
because like a lot of guys are gone. Like guys that started after us are gone, you know, like and
even just like the less than 2 years I've been in it, I've seen a lot of people come and go. I've seen guys who had been doing it for years stop
yeah.
doing it, and
Yeah, it's weird, like, because I can't imagine stopping. Like, I don't know why you would.
no.
I would just keep doing it because it's fun as fuck.
Like I know some people are like, "Oh, I need to take a break from it. It's burning me out," kind of thing. But it's just like, why not just do it a little less then? Like, just do it for fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Also, some people get caught up in the grind of it or the competition because they don't really. There's no real like textbook on how to do it,
yeah.
and so
Everyone's got their own way, and
so people are like checking out what everyone else is doing and saying like, well, they're doing lots of sets, so I got to do lots of sets, and like, and then, but it like that makes sense for like a purpose, and then it's got to be. You got to be trying to accomplish something. You can't just be doing it.
yeah,
And at the beginning, you got to do lots of sets so you feel comfortable on stage. So you kind
and
of
do different rooms, and
yeah.
and it helps build your network out and stuff, and
and helps build an act, you know, because you got to be writing all the time, and then after a while, you got the act, and you're like, I don't know if I want to go just like do 8 sets a night so that I can fucking. Perform for the same 10 people at those same 8 shows.
exactly, yeah,
You know.
and all comics a lot of times.
Yeah. They're just traveling the same circuit you are and doing empty bar after empty bar, you know. And it's like, this isn't going to teach me nothing,
No,
you know.
no. If anything, it's only good for just remembering your set while you're on stage.
Yeah.
Right, because I find sometimes I won't remember bits well until I've said them on stage,
Yeah.
and then they stick with me better, especially if you know where the laughs are going to be.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the purpose, you know. Like that's what I mean about purpose. Like if you're going out there and you're, I think we both have the luxury of being far away from big cities that we have to go perform in. So like if you're taking that drive, you're like, I gotta make
better
this
be worth
worth
it.
my while.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
I gotta,
you want quality over quantity.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get something done. I'm gonna make sure that I learn something from this, and then or do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I always kind of think that way, and I think that distance is what makes us kind of, and also we got that drive home a lot of times to dissect our act.
Exactly. Yeah. So you beat yourself up pretty bad sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's almost better than watching the tape.
Well, now I've started taping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't actually watched any of them yet. But I mean, I was also very good at as soon as I'm off stage, I go and I'm like, okay, this one worked, this one worked, this one didn't work, this one didn't work. Like I go through what was working, what wasn't, all my new stuff. How did it do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
And then I just write it down so that when I get drunk after, I don't forget.
Yeah. Pat Tiffin, he's a comic with Asperger's out of London.
Yeah.
And every time he tells a joke, he like looks in the room and then counts how many people liked it. And then if you get an audible laugh, like he'll usually be like, I got Johnny.
Oh.
He'll do that after his joke. Like he'll do his punchline and he'll be like, it's kind of counting, like he's counting the people who liked it.
Yeah.
Like knowing like 60% liked it.
Oh, okay.
He probably knows all the numbers in his head too,
Yeah.
And then I just think that's funnier than the joke.
Oh, it's like an obvious counting thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you meant like he's just like quickly.
No, I don't think he can help himself from doing it. I think it's a compulsion. Like he has to.
Yeah.
It's part of his like autism or whatever to have to like, like count how many people liked every joke.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's awesome. Like it's great data. I don't know what he's doing with it, but it's. I mean, that's what we all kind of do though, but we just don't do it as obviously.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like he's actually looking like, oh, Pete actually laughed at that one. Mental note.
Yeah. Yeah. There are some times though where I will, if I know like a comic that I would want advice from is in the audience and I'm telling something.
Yeah.
And I get them laughing with like the joke, then I'm always just like, oh, they liked it.
Yeah.
And then you try to talk to them after maybe and like, hey, like, what did you think of that?
Like last night when you had that joke that you were excited.
Yeah,
to have
excited
me
to
and
tell.
Manolis
Yeah.
Here.
And neither one of you fucking were in the room.
Yeah. Sorry, Johnny. That's my bad, actually. We were both probably chatting to each other.
I think you
outside.
were, because I think when I went off stage, I looked over and you guys were talking and I was like, well, they both missed it.
Damn it. Because we even, like Manolis said, I got to go in and watch this thing. Like I'm headlining it, And then I'm like, yeah, I should too. But he went in way before me.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to see the first one. Who was first?
It was a lotto pull. Well, technically, but only 2 people showed up, so they got him. But it was Yoel.
Oh, right. Yeah. I missed him, and then I missed.
And then I think it was Dan.
Dan, and then, yeah.
Yeah, Dan, and then Van.
And then Blind Dave.
Blind Dave, yep.
Blind Dave. How long has Blind Dave been at it?
I don't know. I know he did the course at Levity not too long ago.
Oh, yeah.
But
like those younger crop of comics, they're like really take care of them, and then they fuck with them.
Yeah.
So they must have started the same time as those guys.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because like sometimes they do some things that are pretty nice, and then some things that are really mean. Then you're like, oh, they guys must be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise that's the worst person ever.
Exactly. Yeah. That's just a bully.
Yeah, it's funny making fun of a blind guy.
I mean, every time I bring him on, I make jokes about how he's blind.
Yeah,
and every time he's done, I make jokes about him being blind. I look forward to it.
Yeah,
because he likes them. He sits there and laughs harder than anyone.
Yeah, right.
And he calls himself Blind Dave because he's acknowledges it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one day he was like a half an hour late for the show, and he was booked. Yeah. And when he finally got there, I was like, dude, what happened? He's like, oh, I got lost. He's like, I didn't get off at the right bus stop. And I'm like, only a blind guy can get away with that.
Yeah. It must be so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel for him. Like, it's hilarious.
He actually does pretty good with that cane. Like, I'm like, you don't need much. He doesn't need much help. I
think he's not fully blind, though, either.
Oh,
he's got, like, a little bit of sight in one of his eyes, I think, because I've seen him pull a phone out, and, like, he's got, like, a magnifying glass that he just
okay, cool.
Yeah, so I think he's not fully blind, but
yeah, very low vision.
Yeah, like I think he just sees rough outlines.
Oh yeah, like Stevie Wonder, I bet.
Yeah.
I don't think he's totally blind.
No,
I think I saw him driving a golf cart. Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
There is a story that we can get into about a 4-year-old girl who was run over by a dog driving a golf cart.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah, there was like a firefighter golf tournament.
Yeah,
and they had their dog, the firehouse dog.
Yeah, and
the dog decided to go take a nap, and the dog took a nap on the golf cart, on the floor.
Yeah,
on the gas pedal.
Oh,
and they still had it in drive. So the golf cart just went for a toot down the golf course and ran over a little girl who was eating popcorn, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, she's fine, though.
Yeah.
She's just a little shaken up.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
She's never going to want a dog in her life.
No, well, the Dalmatians are terrible drivers, and everyone knows that. They're fucking garbage, man. That's why you make coats out of them, right?
That's
If Walt Disney has taught me anything,
Yeah.
it's that Dalmatians are good for coats and nothing more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If you want a good driver, get yourself a golden retriever.
Yeah, they can drive. At
Yeah.
least.
If you want something that'll drive fast, get a German Shepherd.
If you want one that's going to get you home from the bar, I suggest a Saint Bernard.
Yep.
Because they have the brandy thing in their
Exactly, yeah.
little barrel that's under their collar. Okay.
Okay. What
was that? What were we just saying?
I don't know. Where were we at
No, what were we? What were we at? What?
on the time?
Oh, 45. But,
Okay.
But let me.
No, I just for some reason I felt like we were going long. I'm also very baked though, so
Oh, no. We're doing great.
yeah.
So what were we just saying, though? Do you remember at all?
It started with accents, and we somehow got to.
Oh, you went way back. I mean, just before we stopped.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we're
I
not.
only remembered the accents thing because I looked up.
Oh, yeah. You're out of it completely. We went on a bunch of fun things.
Well, yeah, we just kept going on tangents, and
Yeah, tangent. That's what Dutch Hall is supposed to be. Tangents. This fucking wheel's not supposed to get used, Johnny. We're not supposed to hear your accents.
well, I was trying not to, but
Can you do Schwarzenegger?
I'll be back.
That's not bad. I would only do.
Get in the chopper.
What does he say? I'm from California. Is that Schwarzenegger?
I think so.
You might be able to do McConaughey.
All right.
You gotta go slower. You gotta go slower.
All right.
All right. I can't even do it. I can't do him at all. So it's better than I could do. All right. No, it just sounds like me saying all right. That's tough, eh? It's like certain voice, it'll just like match it, and other voices will be like, I can't do anything with that. It just doesn't make it. It doesn't make my voice doesn't make that sound. The other ones that you can do, like I can only do like I think Eddie Vedder,
Yep.
from Pearl Jam. Like you know how he's always doing the interludes where it's like little things that aren't the words.
Yep.
Like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I love the Eddie Vedder, like those things.
What you don't know is that's actually him just puking.
Yeah. But then what I didn't like is when he would get like when you went to go watch Pearl Jam, he's just sitting in the front of the stage with like his fucking golf shirt on with like a red bottle of red wine that he made at his vineyard, and he's like, George Bush is a war criminal, or like
Yeah.
vote for Bernie Sanders, or his next song is called Bob Dylan. Can you do Bob Dylan?
No.
He's easy, right? Because you don't have to know what he's saying. Bob Dylan. I think he sounds like, listen, I'm Bob Dylan. How's that?
That's me. I can't even think of what he sounds like. So
What? Like
talking.
well, like everyone that does Bob Dylan's like, I'm like a Rolling Stone, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Bob Dylan doesn't talk like that. Bob Dylan talks like a normal guy.
Oh,
Have you
okay.
ever hear him talk?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah,
think I
you
can
just hear him
picture his
sing
voice.
like
Yeah.
a Rolling Stone, and that's the impression everyone does.
Yeah.
But if you watch him in an interview, he's like just talks like a regular guy.
Oh, okay.
But Tom Petty talks like Bob Dylan. Like Tom Petty talks like Bob Dylan sings.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like watch. You ever listen to Tom Petty's radio show?
I don't think so. No.
It's called Buried Treasure, and it's fucking good.
Yeah.
Makes you sad that he's dead because it's so good. And he really read his own emails. Like, for Christ's sake, it was right at the end of his life, and he's running a radio show, and he's like getting emails from like super fans of this guy,
Yeah.
and he just like reading them on air and stuff, and like he really is like talking to his fans and stuff. Couldn't believe the guy like that would even go through that trouble. At that point, you don't have to earn anything, right?
No.
Like you already
You've
got
done everything.
You already got the fans. You don't need to like win them over.
Exactly. Yeah, they're still gonna love you whether you answer them or not.
Yeah, they're not really expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty wild. He was like excited too, like, oh, this person's listening to my little radio show.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, I'm a rock star. I can make rock music and tour and be that.
Yeah.
But I'm not a radio host, you know, which is kind of crazy because radio host is easy. That's like what we're doing. We didn't even have anything to talk about.
No. But we've filled it pretty well. I've only had to do.
Do you have an impression of someone that you know? Like someone
I
that
used to be able to do like it was like the Pillsbury Doughboy when he gets poked in the stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I used to be able to do, you know, like Bobby's World, the one like that Howie Mandel did.
No.
Howie Mandel did this character Bobby in his stand-up, and then it became a cartoon for kids.
Oh, okay.
And it was like,
Hello, my name is Bobby.
like that.
Yeah.
And like it was like, anyways, I could do. I'm surprised I could still do that voice actually. And I would always do Donald Duck for my. I still do it for my young nephews and nieces because kids love it.
Yeah.
And it's like the Donald Duck sneeze is the big hit with the kids. Like. Right, and it'll be like, but then you could do the dirty one too, where it's like,
oh yeah, baby, oh yeah, baby, shut my mouth, oh baby, oh baby, oh yeah.
This sounds like if Gollum and Donald Duck had a baby.
Yeah, it's kind of. But anyways, those are my impressions.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Since I've been a little kid, I do this for my mom when I was like 5.
You did the sex one for your mom?
No, not the sex one, but I would do the sneezing one.
Oh, yeah. No, the sneezing one sounded like Donald Duck. The second one though was like there's some Gollum in there.
Yeah, but I don't know how. It's hard to say the words, but it does kind of sound. How's that guy do? That guy doesn't do Gollum like I'm doing that though.
No,
he does it with his throat, and I'm doing it with my cheeks.
Yeah, that's why it's got that Donald Duck.
Yeah,
in there. Yeah,
but I know what you mean.
It's all about your precious.
I don't know. I've never watched Lord of the Rings. I read a bit. I read The Hobbit.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Right?
This is confusing.
And it was like, it's just a bunch of dumb shit and there's songs in it. And, you know, you're like, oh, God damn it. I didn't like it.
Yeah. No, I love the description for Lord of the Rings that it's just 3 movies about people walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that the 3 they made about The Hobbit. Man, that's longer than the goddamn book.
Yeah.
And all it is the same. It's like they drag the fights out as long as they possibly can to make 3 movies out.
Oh, really? See, I never watched The Hobbits.
Oh,
I watched the Lord of the Rings ones when I was younger.
I can't stand beautiful, but just fucking boring.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Story needed work, I would say.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They were trying to make it into too much movie.
Yeah.
Just they could have
I think
shortened
the books
it up.
were better. Well, like, I remember reading one of the books, and it was like the Lord of the Rings ones, and it was good.
Yeah,
and there was story to it and stuff. And then the movies, it was just a bunch of people walking to get somewhere, 1 or 2 fights in the whole fucking thing. It seemed, and
yeah, it was like it was dull.
Yeah,
and I didn't.
And they're long.
Yeah, The Hobbit. The Hobbit's like this, like that size book, and then the Lord of the Rings are like twice as big.
Yeah.
And they made 1 movie per book for the Lord of the Rings, and for the Hobbit, they made
3 movies.
3 movies for the smallest book.
Yeah, they cashed in on the one.
Yeah,
that they had left.
Yeah, they really that was not worth watching. The Hobbit. I think Lord of the Rings was far better than the Hobbit.
Yeah, that's me. I've never seen the Hobbit, but I wasn't. Really
Don't do it.
Lord of the Rings.
Boring.
Yeah.
Guess what? The fucking Hobbit beats every kind of weird creature up. And then it's done.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I couldn't stay to the end. It was too much fighting. It was like boring. Brutal. I just don't like fighting.
No.
You know, like fight scenes. I really want to like Kung Fu movies. I try watching Kung Fu movies all the time.
Yeah.
Because I think I should like them, but it's just fucking fighting all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I love Dolomite for the Kung Fu.
Yeah, that's hilarious, though. That's
Yeah.
really funny fighting.
Yeah.
And I'll watch blaxploitation films till the cows come home.
Yeah.
They are the best. My favorite. I watch today on the Roku. Honestly, I just watched the Black Channel for a while because it's fucking it's just so intriguing to me. I just don't understand half of it. Like, it's different. I would never do any of that or act like that, and then or like make that decision, or it's like, I don't know. It's like feels like you shouldn't be watching it because it's not for you.
Yeah.
Then I watch it and it feels good.
It's like when you're watching porn.
Yeah, or I watch Korean movies and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck these guys are doing.
No.
But I'm like, I kind of like it. It's like I'm
you're in for the
spying
ride.
on them, you know? And they're good. Some of them are good stories.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not diminishing the movies. We're just saying we don't.
No, they're not made for us.
They're not made for us, no. So.
No, they're not made for us. And
But
that's
does
why I
that
like.
not make you more open-minded, though, than most people because you watch those movies?
Oh, I always want to see what's not made for me.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see what was I watching the other day? And I'm like, God damn it. Oh, my wife's watching some like, hey,
Oh, hello.
my goodness, you didn't have to do that. Oh, thank you so much. That's nice.
Yeah.
Can I sign your cast? Really?
Oh, polka dots.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll definitely sign it. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. My wife broke her arm. It had nothing to do with me. I had nothing to do with it. Don't tell the authorities.
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
No, poor woman. I don't like to see my wife slow down at all.
No.
Makes me sad because she's a go-getter, right? And when she slowed down, she's I don't know what can happen of her.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen her slow down before. I don't think this is going to slow her down very much. She just made that meat tray for us.
I know. Yeah.
With one hand.
I know. I'm impressed about that.
Yeah. God damn it, man. She just spent time in the what a nice woman. I'm gonna go in there and treat her nice, Johnny.
Yeah.
You know what? What have we been doing the show for? 57 minutes? This is it.
Yeah.
We did it all. We did 2 show shift in it. This one probably, for the people who listen, probably it's not our best.
No.
I'm not gonna say that we gave our best show.
No.
Johnny's baked out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, but I did
Doesn't even-
accents for you fucking people. So
Yeah, remember that British one? Do the top of the morning to you again,
top
Governor.
of the morning to you, Governor.
God damn it, I feel like I'm right in Piccadilly Circus. Isn't this fantastic? I hope you enjoy the show, people, because this is all you get.
Yeah.
Until next week, I'm going to have some summer holidays. So until next week, we will see you, NT. See you next Thursday.